Hey Investy Besties, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank y'all so much for coming back. I do appreciate all of you guys being here. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're almost at 15,000 subscribers, and I do appreciate all of you guys who come to my little part of YouTube to share your journey with me, to watch our journey, just all that good stuff. Okay, now I'm not a financial advisor, okay, I'm not a fiduciary, but here's a little hint. Neither is Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is not a licensed financial advisor. And coming a little closer, neither is Dave Ramsey. He's not a licensed financial advisor, or none of his personalities are licensed financial advisors. But I think what people love about both of those people is that they have experience, they have journey, they have proven results. And that's one thing that I do try to share on this channel with real numbers. Yes, you see our 401k, all that good stuff, and really just the journey, the story, the experience. You see my face, you see the actual accounts, and I'm trying to make investing more human, more down to earth, more for the average person. You see, I don't have a fancy studio. I'm just sitting in front of a camera. You know, your sister's right here talking to her family about the importance of being consistent, showing real numbers, because that's important to me, and really just documenting the journey, the trenches, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about beginner investing. You're brand spanking new to the stock market, or maybe you have been investing for a little bit and you feel like you need a refresher. Then today's video is for you. Now, I will say I am going to be doing a beginner investing or an investing 101 investing workshop that will be in November. It will be free. Okay, so FREE, free. It is my way of giving back to all of you when we do hit 15,000 subscribers. It will be a private live. It will be almost 2 hours. We will have a live Q&A. We will have some giveaways also. You may see my husband who may be peeking in, because we're going to talk about money and relationships a little bit in that because that's a part of investing. You may not think so, but who you link up with is probably the greatest money decision you'll ever make in your life. And that's real. We're going to talk about that. So again, it's going to be later in November. I'm still getting everything together and I'm excited about it. So if you are looking for that, put hashtag workshop down below, because we are going to talk about, like, we're going to really break it down, like what stocks are, what yields are, what brokers are. I mean, all of that good stuff. The SEC, which is the Security Exchange Commission, they're the body who manages the stock market. So again, we're going to talk about it. But today's video, I just want to give like a really beginner snapshot into what it is, what to avoid, all of that good stuff. So you're like, okay, what is investing? You see it all the time. Investing, investment. What is it? Okay, so simply put, again, I'm really big on beginner friendly. Simply put, to invest is simply the idea or the act of placing your money into an entity. Okay, so that could be the stock market, it could be a business, it could be real estate, it could be even a person's talent. You are putting your money, your time, and your effort into this entity with the hopes of getting a return back in the future. Okay, so if you put your money in the stock market, you are hoping in the future to get a return. Same with a business. You may have a startup you're interested in, you know, helping to fund. You're hoping in the future to get a return. Same with real estate. Same with a person's ability. Maybe you notice that, hey, this person is good at playing basketball. Let me pour into them now as, let's say, a preteen, invest time and resources because I see them in the NBA, you know, 7-10 years down the line. That's pretty much what investing is. And speaking of that, I pre-filmed a clip that I want you guys to watch in its entirety. It's about 5 minutes or so that's going to talk about this in a little bit of detail, and then we're going to come back here and we're going to talk about some really important investing things that you need to know as a beginner. So check out this clip. Hey everyone, my name is Shalise, also known as Mommy Trader here on YouTube. So I am here to share 5 beginner investing tips for you guys. Again, these tips are going to be super simple and super easy. I am not going to make it complicated, okay? So the first tip that I have for you guys is to change this. Changing your mindset when it comes to money is so important. It's not even just investing. If you want to buy a house, if you want to grow your net worth, if you want to become a millionaire, maybe leave money for your kids and your grandbabies, changing how you view and approach money is so important. And I always tell beginner investors to just start with one of 3 books. So I love The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I love The Richest Man in Babylon, and I love The Psychology of Money. It really helps you to have a different perspective when it comes to how money works, to understand how money can be a tool for you. So I always say take 30 minutes out a couple days a week while you're driving home, while you're cooking dinner, if you have some downtime while you're cleaning the house, and listen to these books. And let me tell you, you don't need to buy these books. go to YouTube, type in the Rich Dad Poor Dad, and the audio book will come up. And that way you can listen to these books and not have to pay a penny. Okay, so I want you guys to really try to change this, because it's so important when you are on an investing journey or a wealth building journey. Make your money work for you. Okay, make your money work for you. The second investing tip that I have for you guys is just to have some basic education and knowledge when it comes to the investment world. Now, it don't have to be complicated. You just need to know what a stock is. A stock represents simple ownership that you have in a company. You are part owner when you have a stock in a company. The stocks are also known as shares. So you can have 100 shares in, let's say, McDonald's, 10 shares in McDonald's. You can even have $10 worth of a share in McDonald's, and you are legally considered part owner. And I want you guys to understand you don't have to have a whole lot of money to invest. So a fund is just a basket of companies. So instead of just owning McDonald's, you can also own Amazon and Target and Walmart and Tesla and the Dollar Tree. And the great thing about this for beginners is that it really limits your risk. So let's say McDonald's kind of falls, the stock just falls. Well, you have 20, 30, 40, 100 other companies in that fund, keeping your portfolio, keeping your balance, keeping your money afloat. So I always love funds for beginner investors. And there are 3 types of funds: mutual funds, index funds, and ETFs. Simply, mutual funds are usually associated with company-based retirement accounts. So your 401k, your 403b, things of the like. Index funds and ETFs, which are exchange traded funds, are very, very similar. The main difference between them is that ETFs can be bought and sold throughout the day like a stock, and index funds can only be bought and sold at the end of the day, whatever that price is. So yes, you want to just know basic terminology when it comes to investing. Some of my favorite websites are Yahoo Finance, MarketWatch.com. In terms of like YouTube, I love my channel, of course, is very beginner friendly, The Minority Mindset, Our Rich Journey. So the third tip that I have for you guys is how to find stocks and funds. So it's not as complicated as you think. I did give you a couple of examples in the previous tip, but I always tell people, as you're learning, if you are a beginner investor, be an owner and a consumer, you would be surprised at how many companies you eat or take as medicines, maybe visit on vacation or going out to dinner, companies that you wear and drive. I always tell people to pick a room in their house. So if you go in your kitchen, for example, you are eating and drinking so many companies. Pepsi and Coke is traded on the stock market. General Mills and Kellogg's is traded on the stock market. Oh, you bought your new refrigerator from Lowe's, Home Depot? Both of them are traded on the stock market. Is your refrigerator a Samsung brand? Oh, sis, Samsung is traded on the stock market. That is how deep this gets. So I always tell beginner investors, start with what you own. The fourth beginner investing tip that I have for you guys is brokerages or platforms. So there are tons of them. You have Fidelity, Vanguard, Robinhood, Charles Schwab, M1 Finance. You can even invest with Cash App, guys. Cash App. There are tons and tons of companies out there that you can use to get access to the stock market, where you can buy and sell said stocks and funds. Okay. And the fifth and final tip that I have for you guys is probably going to be the most complicated one, and that's be patient. You got to be patient. I know you want to be rich by next Friday. I want to be rich by next Friday too. But that is not how it works for 99.9% of the people that invest. Yes, you may come across videos on YouTube or social media that will tell you, oh, you can put $1 into a company and you'll have $10,000 by the end of the week. Or the stock will go up 1,000% by next Monday. I'm telling you guys, that does not happen. Rarely, if ever, does that happen. And what you're falling prey to is manipulation. And I want to make sure you guys understand that you should always buy and hold good companies, even when the stock market is red. It's also good because of taxes. Yes, government will tax you on any gains that you make in any of your accounts outside of the Roth IRA. And let's say you're thinking, okay, I have a retirement account, I want to open up something else. I always tell beginners to start with a Roth IRA, okay? An IRA just stands for an individual retirement account. open up a Roth IRA. Roth IRAs can only be funded with after-tax money. So that's money already sitting in your checking account. That money has already been taxed. So take a couple dollars out when you can and put it into your Roth IRA. You can open up one with Fidelity, Vanguard. You can even open up one with M1 Finance. Again, guys, thank you so much for having me here for these few minutes, and I'm going to turn this back over to Welcome back, guys. So again, you just heard me literally in 5 minutes explain what beginner investing is basically to my teenage daughter. And she understood it from that 5-minute clip. I didn't go into too much detail. I didn't pull up a whole bunch of charts. I didn't talk about anything extra that she didn't need to know as a beginner, right? Because if you pour too much in, you'll get discouraged, you'll feel overwhelmed, it'll be too much, and you'll stop. So my approach to my videos, my approach to the information that I share is very, very intentional when it comes to what I put out. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I want to share with you the journey of this. And you'll get online, you'll get on YouTube, Google, Instagram, you'll get on TikTok, you'll get on Facebook, and there's so much investing content. As a beginner, just pick one or two that you trust and just move on from there, right? Because you could say not a financial advisor all day, but if you're talking about budgeting, debt payoff, mortgage payoff, if you're talking about buying a house, if you're talking about investing, retirement, all of that good stuff, let's be honest, it is financial advice that you're talking about. But I do think that if you're going to listen to anyone as a beginner, because you can lose money with investing, that's something we don't talk about. I've lost a lot of money investing, not understanding that trading is different from investing, not understanding that I need to buy and hold in something that I believe in, not understanding that I'm not going to expect a return by next week. These are all mistakes that I've made when I was investing all those years ago. I am going to be turning 40 next year, and I started at 30. So almost 10 years I got under my belt. I'm telling y'all, the good, the bad, the ugly, the in-between, all of that stuff I'm trying to share with you guys. But back to what I was saying, is that if I could go back, I would only really pay attention to people who had a track record. Any interviews that I was watching, any documentaries, any channels, any podcasts, any audiobooks, whatever it was, I will only listen to people as a beginner that have a track record and that has been doing it for a while. Like, so if I didn't want to go through a financial advisor, because financial advisors do charge fees, they're not free, okay? Sometimes financial advisors will mess up your portfolio and lose you money. And I also just think that you should know what you are investing in, okay? That's the reason why Jack Bogle, who was the creator of Vanguard, that's why he created the idea of index funds.
Jack Bogle, many years ago, he wasn't the only one that was talking about an index fund, but it wouldn't have happened without him. I mean, Paul Samuelson talked about it, Ben Graham even talked about it, but the truth is it was not in the interest of the investment industry of Wall Street. It was not in their interest actually to have the development of an index fund, because it brought down fees dramatically. And as we've talked about some in the reports and other people have commented, index funds overall have delivered for shareholders a result that has been better than Wall Street professionals as a whole. And part of the reason for that is that they brought down the costs very significantly. So when Jack started, very few people, certainly Wall Street, did not applaud him.
You really don't need a financial advisor unless you have $1 million portfolio, because if you can manage it on your own, just simply with an index fund that covers the entire stock market, the entire S&P. VTI is literally the entire stock market. VTO is the top 500 companies. Like, pay the little, expense ratio that, it costs to get into that fund, because there's a fee to get into these funds. You're in the entire stock market with the top 500 companies, and you're diversified, you're safe. Vanguard has a crazy proven track record. And you can just go and live your life without having to worry about what your money is doing. So again, guys, I want you just to focus on, that's what I did. Okay, I can only tell you what I would do. I'm a person who, I listen to other millionaires. Because I wanted to be that. And now that I am one, and check out my net worth video. If you haven't, I shared it a couple of days ago. It will be somewhere up on the screen. But again, it's so important to not make those mistakes that I made as well. Do never, ever cash in your 401k or borrow from your retirement. It is one of the worst things you can do. There is a tax penalty when you do it. You're cheating yourself out. And guess what? You are going to have to pay extra taxes. So it's not even worth it, in my opinion, to do that. Again, it's just my opinion. I've been there. I've done that. I've cashed in a 401k, and I wish I could go back in my mid-20s and and shake myself and say, do not do this. Get on a budget so that you can manage your money better. This is just me, okay? I'm telling you guys, we're keeping it honest here, okay? Another thing that I would suggest any beginner do is make the time. I mentioned this in that clip, to learn, okay? I have a beginner investing playlist for a reason. So if you want to know what a 401k is, I'm talking about why it was founded, when it was founded, all of that good stuff. You see ours. I actually make videos every quarter going over our statements. That's an example of what's in my beginner investing playlist. Roth IRAs, fractional share investing. Let me tell you guys, fractional share investing is probably the biggest thing to happen, I would say, to the investment world in the last 10 years. It's not even so much all the apps, it's the idea of buying fractional shares. So instead of buying a whole share of, let's say, Apple, which is what, $170-ish per share, you can actually buy $10 worth of Apple, and you can work your way up to a whole share. You want to know why I'm always talking about share size goals on this channel, or I'm sharing you our actual positions in SCHD, Realty Income, even some of the new ones like PG and all of that, is because I want you to see that your small share sizes grow to large share sizes over time if you are consistent. But sometimes you can't get to a whole share right away. So you can buy a piece of a share, and those are known as fractional share. I believe like Robinhood, Cash App, even Fidelity will let you invest with as little as $2. So if you have a couple of dollars left from groceries, from gas, from a lower bill, put that money into the stock market. So make sure you download a reputable app. I have made a video talking about the best brokers that we use. I'm talking about Fidelity, Vanguard, Webull, M1 Finance, Robinhood, Share, all of that stuff. I'm talking about a lot of platforms. I will have that video up on the screen and link down below so you can see, like, again, I'm sharing you how to walk through all of these brokers to find something that really fits with your mojo, that fits with your groove, okay? Because, you don't have to use a platform, because I use a platform. It's about what makes you comfortable. It's about what, is easy for you to navigate and to use, what has good customer service, all of that good stuff. So again, I have those beginner investing playlists for a reason. And in that beginner investing workshop, we're going to talk about yields. We're going to talk a little bit about technicals, about looking at charts. But again, I'm more of a fundamental investor, which is basically how much did they make that quarter? What are some of the products and services that they have? What about the earnings? How did they do? What about the management? Were there any changes in management? Did they cut the dividend? Did they increase their dividend? We're going to be talking about dividends too in that beginner investing workshop that will be in November. So again, I'm going to really, when I say I have 70 slides, we're going to talk through and have a live Q&A, and we're going to have you're going to see a peek of my husband in that money and relationships segment. It's going to be a lot, because again, all of the stuff that I wish someone would have shared with me when I first started, that's what I'm doing on this channel. Okay. This is what I wanted. I wanted someone just to sit and talk to me girl, this is how you invest. It's not that complicated. Here's my real number so that you can see, I'm telling you to do something that I've already done, that I've been doing for a long time, that I have results from, and that it works. And so I'm hoping that you guys got something out of this video. Stay tuned for my next video. It's kind of like this, but we're going to really talk about some of the foundational aspects of investing and what you need to think about before you even invest a single stock into the stock market. We're going to go there in the next video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button. Like I said, we're almost at 15,000 and I cannot get there without all of you guys. I'm hoping by the end of the month, I think we could do it. So again, guys, thank you so much. And until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.